Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently strongly considering doing a little bit more expansion. That said, I kind of don't want to spend admin power right now. Expansion Ideas is an admin group. Exploration is a dip group. Either way, we're going to need admin power for unlocking ideas. And I think that this idea group absolutely would become a military idea group, likely quantity. I usually go for quantity because that manpower regeneration is just too good. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now. I think we're going to continue this chill phase and not really do a whole lot. Maybe a little bit of investing in our infrastructure, maybe a little bit of minor fighting, but probably mostly fighting rebels if we're going to fight anything at all. And ultimately, we can pull this guy back. That's no longer necessary. How are things looking for our subjects anyway? What is their total relative strength? 34%? Okay, that's fine. We'll take the mercantilism, thanks. And we are not making very much right now, but that's mostly because we're rooting out corruption, and that will be done quite soon. So that's good. We also need to pay off these loans. How many loans are we running right now? We have 2 loans with a total debt of 204 gold. Okay. They're coming due on 19 November 1482. We've got lots of time to do that. Let's wrap up our corruption here and then put this money towards paying off our loans and working on getting some additional construction. Now, I wouldn't necessarily mind building some marketplaces, particularly over here in this trade node. One here wouldn't be awful. One here. One here. I usually look for around +5, but beggars can't be choosers. How are we doing institution-wise anyway? No Renaissance anywhere on the map so far that we see. Okay. We're not shocked about that. It's a little sad, but we're not shocked. So we're going to grab this admin tech soon enough. We're not ahead of time in this, of course, and we do have a neighbor bonus, so that is helping offset our Renaissance cost. Wonderful. So we're currently making 9 admin power per month, and now that our corruption is basically gone, we're making 4.36. And that'll go up next month again, I think, as well. Let's see here. Yes, 7.96. Wonderful. That's much, much better. I want to pay off these loans, I think, as soon as possible. 204 debt, so 102 gold. Okay. We'll get those paid off soon enough. We are drilling our army, so our army maintenance is up right now. Even if we were to drop our army maintenance, when you're drilling, it doesn't do anything in Europa. They have to be at full maintenance to drill, so there's that. We can convert provinces. I don't think this is currently worth the cost, although this is getting better. It's getting better, but it's not there yet. Okay. Sounds good. We will get that done quite soon, I think. We'll start working on that. Our average drill is improving. It's over half now. That's great to see. And we are at our combat width right now. We're below our force limit, but we can't make cannon right now. So there's no point in expanding this army. Rwanda wants an alliance now. Huh. I accept. We're going to royal marry them too. We can invest in a new tech and we'll grab admin ideas. Or national ideas, obviously. 10 dip power. Nice. Okay. Now, if we wanted to grab exploration ideas, I usually start with exploration ideas because it allows you to do like sea exploration. We're not actually interested in that for this playthrough right now. We might go for that a little later, but I think we're going to go for expansion into quantity ideas. That manpower modifier, so good. So we'll just adopt expansion ideas. And we're going to want to grab this colonist as soon as we can, which is going to be about 4 years out. Okay. So that's fine. On this month tick, we can now pay off one of our loans. Actually, we need one more month tick. Current total is 108 gold. Okay, that's fine. We're going to pay this off. And this will cut our interest payments in half. Perfect. Down to 0.29 interest payments. Wonderful. Now, Rwanda. We're definitely going to want to improve relations with them. So, yeah, that starts at 25. That'll go up to 100. In theory, I think that this will get us up to 190. Now, they have negative 33 reasons. Apparently, our economic base isn't good compared to theirs. They do have some development, but... I mean, we should be pretty good compared to them on the economic base. These guys are pretty into being peacefully annexed. I like it. I'm not opposed to this. So we're to grab Arquebus soon enough. That will give us a new light cavalry. We'll be able to get barracks, which is going to be probably good for us. But the military tactics, the combat width, the infantry fire, and the infantry shock, all of that is amazing. Nakor is also offering us an alliance. I accept. We're going to Royal Marry them. And we're also going to improve relations with them as soon as we can. This dropped. Allied to rival. Ah, okay. That's fine. We'll improve relations with Nakor, and we should be able to make this all happen still. We'll go ahead and proclaim a guarantee on Rwanda, just to boost us up a bit, offset that slightly. And we'll do the same to Nakor, who has not rivaled Rwanda, but Rwanda has rivaled Nakor. I like it. Okay, so we'll bump that up to 137. They're at minus 16 reasons right now. Mostly distance between borders, and I think that means that Rwanda will be easier for us to annex. National unrest. I will take the autonomy change, actually. I don't care about the unrest right now. That seems fine. I would rather have autonomy coming down. Delicious, delicious autonomy reduction. I like it. So autonomy in many of these regions is dropping. You can see that. That's wonderful. And that's mostly what we're working on right now, is that and banking up admin power. I would love to get an event that would give us some admin power, but no such luck. Okay, nobility still need to have their opinion of us come up a bit. I'm going to wait to do additional building. We're going to pay off our last loan here. And we'll be able to do that not this next month, but the one after, I think. Sounds good. Our army drill is now up to an average of 67.87. Wonderful. Some of these down here were recently added, of course. And we are currently about a long ways from getting Miltech 5. 1485. Okay. We're going to get Diptech 4 very shortly, though. In fact, next month tick. That will net us some naval maintenance, but also trade efficiency and trade range, which is great. We're going to take that. Delicious. So it seems like this is no longer time-based on the institution embracement, and that's really neat. I actually like that a lot. This has improved playing in non-European countries pretty dramatically because it's no longer time-gated. It's now just the tech has a particular malice on it based on your institution. I like this a lot. This is a big improvement in my opinion. You no longer have to rush it as much as you used to. That's neat. That's very, very neat. So as far as our trade goes, what do we got going on here? Okay, so we're pushing down through the Congo node. We're ignoring the Zambezi node because there's only one way for it to go. And then it comes in to Zanzibar, and we're collecting here. Now, I'd like to come down to the South African trade node and collect there. We're not in a position where we can do that yet, obviously. The next question is, when will Europe show up? The answer is eventually. Definitely eventually. We're going to pay off this loan. Remember, in Europa, it doesn't matter if you pay off your loans early. You pay the same amount of interest either way. I just don't want that to renew and have to pay the interest again. So we'll do that, and now we're making almost 10 gold per month. And we're potentially going to think about doing some of this. 375, I usually like to look for around 500 for that, for the barracks, but I guess that'll be okay for now. We'll just hold off on that. And some of these are going to continue to improve over time. We should think about improving our infrastructure over here. Oh, hello. This is in Bagamoyo. Now, this is ivory here. Mutapa has become renowned for our country's artistic achievements and blossoming economy. Artists, philosophers, and poets are flocking to Zimbabwe, and the thriving economy has allowed extensive artistic funding. Several fine architectural buildings are being erected, and beautiful gardens are being built to demonstrate our country's wealth, and many members of our new intellectual elite have ideas on how to improve various parts of our country. So we can get 25 admin power and a base tax, 25 diplomatic power and a base production, or 25 military power and a base manpower. This is an amazing, amazing event. Keep in mind, this is 65 power here. So this is netting us 90 power, essentially. That's wonderful. Now we're going to go, I think, for taxes here. 0.5. And for diplomatic power, what would that actually get us? We can't actually preview that. That's awkward. But they produce ivory here. So I think I'm going to go for tax. Okay. And we need the admin power anyway to put into this idea group and get our first colonist. So that is wonderful. As far as Rwanda and Nakor go up here, we have improved our opinion up here a decent amount. And that'll be a little bit more that we can go. Nakor has improved as well. And that'll be a lot more that Nakor can go. They wouldn't accept vassalization yet, but that's only because of distance between borders. And I think that once we get Rwanda into the fold here, then that'll be good. Now we can get an additional 25, plus we can send a gift to them for an additional 25. That'll cost us 50 gold. I think that's worth it. Do it. That gets us up to 183. And 185. 2 more month ticks, and we should be able to do this, except they're not okay with our economic base. We're going to send a diplomat to curry favors with them. And we'll start building up favors, because we can do that. And that will increase trust. It will increase with time as long as we're allied or one is the subject of the other. Yeah. That does mean that I probably shouldn't have sent that gift just yet, though. So there is that. We're going to go ahead and build a temple in Batua to gain ourselves a little bit more income. Excellent. But I absolutely want to get this idea here. Our truce with Pate has ended. That's fine. They're a vassal. We don't care. We may want to start thinking about annexing them at some point. I mean, we can't do that before 1488, so that's something. Okay. Sounds fine. So Rwanda is having issues with us in terms of the economic base. And I'm wondering why exactly. They do have corruption. Let's take a look in the ledger here. Economy, income, and I want Rwanda. Okay. Let's look at Rwanda in general. They are a lot weaker than we are. They're like 10% of our economy. I'm not sure what they're upset about. Minus 66 reasons for that. What are you guys on about? That is a good question. Okay, so local autonomy in Madonna and nobility gaining 1% of land, or nobility loses loyalty. Here's the idea. We have what we need to seize Crownland. Boom. And then we let it slide. Okay. Sounds good. Now we'll let them regenerate their opinion a bit. Sounds good. I'm having some... There. I think my sound is corrected. Fantastic. Had a little bit of a sound issue there, but I think it is good to go now. We do need a new advisor over here. We're making enough to bring in a +2. Reinforce speed, discipline, not great. I think the land maintenance modifier is honestly the best guy for the job. I don't like the fact that he's a +1. But he will save us quite a lot of money over the others, so I guess that's fine. Sounds good. Okay, so we are over here at +200 opinion. And yeah, they're at minus 34 reasons now. And just because of Mutapan economic base. Okay. I'm going to pull this guy back. And we're going to start improving relations with Butua here. Or rather, Buha. And we're going to annex them. I think that's going to be fairly necessary. We do have a lot of time still before we max out our manpower, so I'm comfortable with not going to war for a little bit here. Like I said, I don't want to expand right now because I want to get this colonist. Throughout his career, Nyatsimba Birir left a strong impression on everyone he's met or worked with. From his time as a promising student to his rise of positions of increasing responsibility, he has consistently done well and found new solutions to whatever problems he's faced. It is clear, however, that for someone of his background, both as a commoner and as a Sunni, he's now reached about as high as he can. It would raise quite a few eyebrows to have a man, no matter how talented, assume the highest offices of state with such a background. Okay, I don't think we care about that. We're going to take the prestige, thanks. Wonderful. Our truce with Burundi is over. Does Burundi even still exist? Oh yeah, that's these guys. Right, they're the ones that we vassalized. So they kind of don't exist anymore. Fantastic. Okay. So, Buha here, we're going to start annexing. We have no diplomats to send, but that is fine. We're going to pull this guy back, and we will begin annexing them. How much will that cost on a per month basis? The total amount doesn't matter. 7 per month. So we're going to be -1 for a while. Okay. Now we can build additional temples. This is only 0.7, and I think we're going to go for marketplaces. Yeah, look at this. Where is that even? Oh, over here. Okay. Does that even matter? I mean, we don't wield all the power in the node, I suppose. But they're just pushing it up to the node that we do control the power in. I don't think it actually matters that we have a marketplace here. I don't think it does. I think I would rather build the marketplace here. It generates less power, yes. But it generates the power in a useful node for us. Excellent. 50 admin power. Yes, do it. And that allows us to take additional colonists. Wonderful. Control over monetary policy plus 5%. What was that supposed to be about? Now we do need to choose our native policy. We're going with native coexistence. I don't want to deal with native uprisings, period, ever again. And we're going to immediately send out our colonist. Where are we going to send him? Well, down here. I want to rush along the coastline here and try to cut this off from any Europeans. We're going to send him over, and that'll be fine. Now, how long will it be before we get a second colonist? A long time is the answer. What we can do is we can recall him from here and have another colony over here. That is an option. We have a lot of money incoming. I'm going to do it. Now, this is going to grow very slowly where he isn't, but I kind of just want to rush this. Can we go all the way? The answer is no, absolutely not. Colonial maintenance gets expensive quickly. So you can see here, it's at 2. As soon as this month tick happens, it'll update, and it should be 4, I believe. 6. Okay, we're going to leave it here. We're just going to do 2 at a time. So we are pulling settlers in. We need 1,000 for a city, and there's 15 per year coming in. Keep that in mind. This is tropical down here. So that's going to be a bit rough. We're going to recall the diplomat from Nikor, and let's check to see... yeah, it's just distance between borders. That is a thing, and we are working on annexing Buha, so this is fine. Rwanda, we're going to offer vassalization as soon as they'll accept it, but there's that whole economic-based nonsense going on, so that's fine. We are currently not having an admin advisor, and missionary strength +2 is a solid one right now. That means that we can start doing some actual conversion here. I love it. Let's go. So we're spending a lot of money right now. There's no doubt about that. But if we can get down here and clear this out before the Europeans arrive, that's huge. Like, the biggest thing. I kind of doubt we'll pull it off, but it would be amazing. Let's see what happens with that one, but that's going to take quite a while. You can see here our missionary is proceeding at a decent clip. And we're converting Sunni, remember. That's not easy to do. So that's wonderful. At this point, we are at 25% on all of these. We're absolutely, 25% global tariffs. I mean, that's not super useful for us, but it's okay, I guess. With those tariffs, I believe we get some income from our colonies. It's fine, but it's not the most ideal thing right now. Okay, so the next question, of course, becomes, when are we going to go after some of these missions? We're working on this one. Restoring Zimbabwe is not a terrible idea. Zimbabwe needs to have development of at least 20. Oh, the general up here died. That's fine. We have a backup. We'll just put him in. Development of at least 20, huh? That's a lot, to be sure. We can grab our arquebus, and so we shall. That is amazing. And that does mean that we want additional cavalry. And I think we want to go for Tuareg cavalry here. Once again, they're more offensive. And we want to keep these guys drilling, but we can now expand this because our combat width is up to 24. So that's fantastic. And we'll do exactly that. Wonderful. Now, as far as increasing development here goes, what we really need to do is we need to get rid of our insignificant monument, because that is hurting us pretty dramatically, if I recall correctly. I believe that this is... yeah, abandoned ruins and highlands are the things that are increasing our cost. So what we really need to do is we need to upgrade our monument. That's 2,000 gold. We could do it. 123 is our loan size. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some debasement. We're going to maximize our debasement. There we go. And we're not going to root out corruption at full speed here. We're going to do something kind of like this. And then we're also going to need to take some loans to make this happen. This is going to be very, very expensive. And we'll be paying this off for a while. So we're going to need to drop this down to be around here. And that's fine. Now let's go ahead and begin that construction. Excellent. And we're trying to get rid of our abandoned ruins for that. Now, I believe... Am I dumb? I might be dumb. Hang on. Restore Zimbabwe. This might be the way to do it, in which case... we would need to build a temple there, as well as a marketplace, and have the development. And upgrading this monument would then be irrelevant. That said, we can't afford this. Like, we're not going to be having too much problems with it. So, it's okay. We'll be able to debase again next year. And once we do that, then we should, in theory... be able to use that to start paying off some of the loans, and that's fine. Okay, sounds good. I do want to get this building anyway, just to see how this goes. Maybe a mistake, but we'll see. At any rate, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue our diplomatic expansion. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.